Hey there, everybody. Well, on one of those occasions where I, on a whim, decided to pop into Dollar Tree, you know, as you do, just to see what interesting little items they might have in store, I chanced upon these officially licensed, not quite Mega Bloks, not quite Lego versions of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So let's head down to the Dank Dojo in our secret slimy sewer headquarters to get a dose of turtle power, ninja style.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell.
Splinter the Rat taught them each the ninja arts. Donatello, master of the staff.
War!
Leonardo, the katana blade.
My God!
Raphael, the
Don't
sage.
try this at home, kids!
And Michelangelo, the nunchakus.
Radical!
And master of the willing pizza.
Hey, who had the pepperoni and ice cream? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
From Playmates.
So yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of those iconic pop culture franchises from the 80s, much like He-Man and G.I. Joe and Transformers, etc., etc., etc. I got to see come into being. The original comics started in 1984, and the TV show came around 1987. A nice little turnaround for the creators right there. The original comics we didn't really have access to. They were kind of hard to come by in the rural area that we lived in. And even the small comic shops we had access to usually carried mainly Marvel and DC stuff. There was an Ames, now I'm really showing my age and showing how old I am. There was an Ames in a nearby town that strangely carried a lot of oddball like indie comics, but I don't recall even that store carrying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we'd see the ads for the comics in our comic books, and we were tempted to take advantage of like mail order opportunities, but we didn't exactly have a lot of cash to throw around as kids. So even though we saw the ads for American Entertainment, do you guys remember those ads? They were quite popular in those days, late 80s, early 90s. But we were tempted to buy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics from there, but I don't think we ever really got around to it. To be honest, I think the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic I ever bought, I was in Columbus visiting with my sisters, and it was issue number 29 from like 1990. But it's a great issue. If you don't have it, I recommend picking it up. It's not actually done by Eastman and Laird. Everything in the comic is done by a fella named A.C. Farley, and just look at it. It's really good. There's a turtle mech suit, there's vampires, there's crazy Lovecraftian cultists. Even though by that point I had only ever read one Lovecraft story, that's a tale for another time that I do intend to talk about one of these days. But the main reason I purchased this comic book, no joke, is because of this mohawked vampire. I thought that design was just so cool, and I even ripped it off for one of my own characters that I used to doodle when I was a kid. So yeah, it's a really cool comic book. It's one of the few Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics from like their original run that I own, and I would recommend picking it up. The cartoon show, at least in my area, I'm pretty sure only aired on the early Fox stations, UHF stations, Fox 45 and Fox 28 out of like the Columbus area, Dayton and Columbus area. Once again, aging myself. And they were on weekdays. Basically the same time that I was trying to get ready for school. So I didn't have a whole lot of opportunities to watch a lot of that. And it was torture, because you'd be trying to get ready for school and also trying to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the same time. And it was just it was rough. Like I said, it was torture to a young kid. And I don't think I ever got to see a full episode until I think CBS picked it up for their Saturday morning lineup. And then, you know, I was quite thrilled about that, because then I could actually watch the show. So there you have it. A brief history of my exposure to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sure you were thrilled to listen to that. So now that that's out of the way, let's get to it. Okay, as you may have noticed, the very brightly colored packaging to catch the eye of the young consumer, or someone with just the maturity level of a child like myself. I was thinking about not opening them all, and not just because of the fact that I'm a total cheapskate and a poor person. There is another reason for that reluctance that I will get into later, and also because the design is pretty much uniform, pretty basic across all four of the figures. So essentially, if you see the C1, one of these, you've kind of seen them all. Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be any of the villain figures, no Shredder or Foot Clan ninjas or anything like that. So still cool though, still a neat little item. And because Leonardo is my favorite, I'm going to go ahead and pop him open. Tear across the top, tears off fairly easily. A little pack with the containing parts. And yes, I thought there felt like there was a little instruction booklet in here, and that is exactly what this is. along with some information about the product and a phone number that I might just give a call regarding this product. And once again, I will let you know why later on. And their little website there too, and all their social media stuff, if you want to pause the screen and take a look at that. Anyway, let's get to building this. Hopefully it won't be too complicated for my feeble brain. And once again, another episode has turned into a sort of build episode. Funny how that works out sometimes. How much of this will be cut out, and how many parts of this toy will I break in the process? Probably a lot. But yeah, as you can see, there does seem to be a little bit more to it than I was expecting. More parts than I anticipated. But we will get that figured out. Okay, let's get down to the building process. Okay, 2 of these. Simple enough, I hope. Cool. Making it more complicated than it is, as per usual. I see the legs taking shape. Maybe. Rudimentary feet. Okay, the hip bones connected to the... How exciting for you to watch this process. You know, years ago, I took a cognitive ability test that really praised my cognitive abilities.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
But that is not coming through right now. That is not coming through right now at all. Okay, I think we're making some progress. Maybe. We hope. I just broke the turtle's legs. Okay, making a little bit of progress there. Pop you in there. Okay. I think we can see the rudimentary makings of a little plastic person here. Or a little plastic mutant in this case. Mutants are people too. Let me see. Guess we'll get to work on the shell. Beep bop boop bop beep ba doo bop. What? Okay, so the diagram is showing me this piece right here, but it's not showing me where it goes. I'm very confused right now. Nope, now I see it. Never mind. All right, start at the center and build out. I guess that's a sound strategy, I hope. Mon Dieu. I hope that wasn't a breaking sound. All right, a little more than halfway there. Almost there. Alrighty. One very mechanical looking shield later instead of a shell. Very shield-like looking. Huh. Hope I put that in there right. But knowing me, I probably didn't. All right, getting ever closer to the finished product. All right, our shell is in place. Now for our meaty underside. Boy, that doesn't sound good. Okay, pops together, pop it on. Okay, that's better. All right, guys, I think we're in the home stretch. One nice little touch, if I can get the camera to focus. There are 2 different sets of eyes that come with this figure. So I guess a tiny bit of customization. One set of eyes a little bit more menacing than the other, although when paired with the mouth, yeah, I don't know, maybe not so much. I don't know what to make of that particular. I don't know what to make of that particular expression there. Maybe I don't want to know. And I'm going to choose to put on the old school eyes, Eastman and Laird eyes. Okay, pop that all together. And then, when you're done, you're left with these 3 pieces, the extra face, and I don't know if this is an extra shelf for the torso. It has a Greenbrier International Incorporated logo on it, whatever that's all about. And this part, I don't know if this is just an extra piece, because it doesn't seem like I've missed out on anything. Doesn't seem like I've missed out on anything in the construction, but I could be wrong. He seems to be all put together okay. And then he comes with these. Each one comes with their little accessories, their little weapons. So that is cool, pretty cool. Provided you can get them in the hand without breaking anything. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now you're supposed to put that little green cap on the top, green to look like the top of his head, but I kind of like it better without it on there. But maybe that was a stipulation in the design, because without it, maybe it looked too Lego-y or something like that. I don't know. But to me, I prefer it without, to be honest. But yeah, there it is. Looks pretty cool. I dig it. Very blocky, obviously. Very blocky, but I kind of like it that way. Kind of like a Ninja Turtles robot or something like that. Definitely pretty cool. And as I mentioned, I think I prefer it, even though you would be able to see the top of his green head, his green melon. I kind of prefer it without. It looks less awkward, I guess. I don't know exactly how to say it. Oh, he fell over. You gotta work on that ninja balance there. But all in all, a pretty cool toy, a pretty fun little figure to build, and a pretty fun little item for your collection. So, as I mentioned, I first saw these around Christmas time. I know that's not helping you now, but I thought when I first ran across them that they would make excellent stocking stuffer items. If an Easter basket is the kind of thing you're inclined to do, this would make a nice little addition to that, a nice little item to go in your Easter basket for your kids. Or at least they would have, because I don't think they're a thing anymore. I have been poking around the Dollar Trees looking for them. I thought they might make a return, and I haven't seen them on the shelves, so I'm a little disappointed by that. In doing a little background research for this video, very little in this case. I don't even see them when you go to Dollar Tree's website. I was hoping maybe they'd be on there, but unfortunately they are not in their toy section on their website. But I do think there are a lot of uses for this. Any kind of holiday, or maybe just some little reward for your kids if they have been exceptionally good. Unfortunately, like I said, Dollar Tree doesn't seem to have them on the website, but perhaps you could go to the parent company, the manufacturer, and see what you can do there. But I don't see them on the company's website either. So I have to wonder if maybe they lost the license or something like that. But yeah, just some ideas to consider. And it's an item that I would recommend keeping your eyes peeled for, just in case you need a little something, as I mentioned, to add to a holiday stocking or a holiday basket or something of that nature. Anyway, I think they're kind of neat. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Something you might like to pick up, something you might like to add to your collection just for fun, just for kicks. Maybe if you're a completionist, you might want something like this. Just some ideas for you. Anyway, thanks again. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you want to. I would also appreciate that. I appreciate you. And until next time, I will see you. I'm so sorry I made you listen to that.